Live at 5. This is SNN, the Suncoast News Network, your local news leader.
Hello everybody, I'm Don Brennan. Thanks for joining us here on the SNN Evening Edition. Tonight we get right to our top story. A man was found dead last night very close to an elementary school. Now Bradenton police are searching for a murder suspect. SNN's Brianna Boskert has the details.
I was sleeping. I work nights. I woke up. There was police everywhere.
Bradenton police say they received several calls Sunday night about a shooting in the 700 block of 17th Street Court East.
Once arriving on scene, they located a victim outside of a residence. They did attempt to do life-saving measures, as did EMS. Unfortunately, they were not successful.
We feel scared because we have little kids and, we need to think about them.
The violence playing out inside a school zone, only a block away from Manatee Elementary.
I don't have kids of my own, but there's kids all on the street that play, and it's just not right.
Most of the children, they go walking to the school and go back to house walking.
One neighbor who did not want to go on camera tells SNN there were 2 overdoses at the same house just a few weeks ago. Last October, 64-year-old Tony Martin was shot dead on the next street over. A memorial is still left in his place.
That we just need to clean this neighborhood up, get the drugs out.
Police are asking for the community to help them piece together what happened.
We do know that there were several witnesses. They may hold the information that helps us crack this case.
If you have any information, you can call police at 941-932-9300. Reporting in Bradenton, Brianna Boskert, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
And police believe this is an isolated incident. They have not yet released the victim's name to the public. And a COVID rally for those critical of Sarasota Memorial Hospital was moved this morning, but the show did go on. The rally, dubbed the United for Transparency press conference, had been set for the Sarasota Memorial Hospital Sarasota campus parking lot, but it was moved to Venice. According to the Herald Tribune, still between 150 to 200 people attended the rally, and they were urged to attend the Sarasota County Public Hospital Board meeting and criticize how the hospital handled the COVID-19 pandemic. The meeting is going on right now. We have a reporter there, and we'll have a report in later shows. Now, the rally is the latest effort by advocates to call for the end of COVID-19 treatment protocols and pressure Sarasota Memorial for more transparency in patient care. And spring break turned violent in Miami Beach over the weekend, leading city officials to announce a state of emergency and a curfew. 2 fatal shootings in the city left 2 people dead. On Friday, 1 man was killed and another was injured when a gunman opened fire, sending crowds of spring breakers into pandemonium. Then early yesterday morning, another deadly shooting just a couple blocks away. In this one, a man was seen on security video pulling a gun and shooting another person walking towards him. Witnesses say the shooter fired at least 9 more shots in a slaying kind of shooting. He was rushed to the hospital, the victim was, but did die there. The state of emergency and the curfew went through 6 this morning to try to quell the violence. Suspects are in custody in both shootings. And 2 Bradenton residents who spoke with SNN are concerned about the negative impacts of potential new developments being approved in that area. SNN's Sydney Rell has the details.
If we continue to allow these developments out east of our future development boundary prior to 2040, when the county had agreed with the comprehensive plan, we're concerned that more agritourism businesses, the homesteads, the equestrian communities that are east will all be negatively impacted potentially.
Taylor Ranch would be the first development built east of the Area Development Boundary Line, the FDAB. In 2021, the Manatee County Commission approved a comprehensive plan amendment that allows certain developers to develop areas east of the FDAB line. One local expresses concern for 2 nearby watersheds, Lake Manatee and the Evers watershed, that many rely on for drinking water in Manatee County, Sarasota, and other surrounding counties.
Once you pave over this land, you basically have contaminant concentrations that run off of the stormwater runoff in the roads and just totally upset the natural balance of a very critical watershed area. They have to dig a lot of very deep drainage ditches. Once you dig those retention ponds and drainage ditches, you affect the groundwater and you will have a negative impact on everybody's wells.
Community members also fear they're already at carrying capacity and have questions.
We'd like a lot of answers. What is our raw water, our treatment plant? Can it handle more growth? Most of the county's plans were made for west of our future development boundary. So when you're talking about adding 10,000 homes, when we're concerned we're already at capacity, we'd like to see those calculations for now and also the predictions for the future.
The proposed Taylor Ranch development will use approximately 2,300 acres for 4,500 residential units, right against Bradenton Motorsports Park, which was founded in 1974. An employee at the racetrack declined going on camera, but told me she worries if the development passes, the racetrack's well known in the community will be shut down due to noise.
You know, people are really disheartened at this point.
All right, and that was Sydney Rell reporting, obviously. Well, nothing exceeds like progress. Now the County Commission hearing to approve or deny the comprehensive plan amendments that will allow new zoning densities takes place this Thursday, March 23rd. The 1997 murder of Sheila Balush, a Sarasota mom of quadruplets, was featured on the CNBC series Blood Money. Balush divorced her ex-husband, San Antonio millionaire Alan Blackthorne, in the 80s, but had a messy, lingering custody dispute over their two daughters. The children, or the quadruplets of the 35-year-old, were from a subsequent marriage to Jamie Balush. Balush moved to the Gulfgate neighborhood in Sarasota, where she was killed 6 weeks later. It became national news as a nation watched to see who would be arrested. Her 13-year-old daughter arrived home after school to find her mom with a gunshot to the head, her throat slit, and two of the 4 two-year-old quadruplets crawling in her blood. The episode of Blood Money is now available to watch on CNBC, CNBC Prime, or Peacock. In 64 years, for some, can seem like a lifetime, but for one company, it is ever-changing. SNN's Eric Wilson has the story.
Going from the historic Oslo Theater with no orchestra, limited resources, to becoming a fully professional company, General Director Richard Russell shares his journey.
So I've seen the growth of the company over, 35 years, and kind of amazing how this company has come from being a very good regional opera company to doing world-class work.
Doing work that was not only pertinent to local Sarasota audiences, but attracting tourists, internationally even.
Well, let's be clear about something. What's happened to Sarasota Opera over that period of time, over that 4 decades, is really the vision of Victor Dorenzi, our artistic director. So while I believe I've had impact over the last 15 years in the direction of the company is what it is today because of his vision of what Sarasota Opera could be, and frankly, his rather uncompromising attitude to having the best work possible for our audiences.
Victor Dorenzi created the apprentice and studio artist programs, made the company and chorus fully professional, and started that journey. Russell, in the last 2 decades, helped the company grow, creating resources and expanding the reach of the company.
I want to continue to be an evangelist for opera. And I want this company to grow. I continue to grow. We are constantly in search of new audiences. And, people who say things like classical music is dying, opera is dying, that's just not true. The quality of what we have in this community is extraordinary. And I want people to come to Sarasota because of the wonderful arts community we have here.
Reporting from downtown Sarasota, Eric Wilson, SNN, the Suncoast News Network.
And the Sarasota is seeing an incredible post-COVID influx of patrons. As of Friday, 37% of their audience is brand new, bring new life and new energy to pieces of art and music that may not have been seen or even heard in decades. It has been called one of the finest venues for opera in the entire country. And speaking of art, Yes We Can Dance is back. The annual showcase of Manatee County's scholastic dance teams returns this Saturday. The event will be held at the Neal Performing Arts Center at the State College of Florida with showtimes at 4:30 and then 7:30. The dance extravaganza began in 2009 and was organized by Helen Dolbeck, Linda Boone, and Kelly Hillman. Now, this year's extravaganza features many Suncoast dance teams, and tickets can be ordered online or can be purchased at the door, 4:30 and 7:30 again at the Helms Theater at the State College of Florida. You can get right in there and check it out and see who can dance. Still ahead on the evening edition, an American aid worker has been held hostage for the past 6 years. Can you imagine? We'll let you know the latest on efforts to bring him home. Stay tuned.